Hi, American men and women, boys and girls of the biological human beings on this earth, in this country, the United States. Mark Merrill with a special report from FARM, Fairness in Reporting Media. In this introduction and a brief but to the point program, our episode talks about, can we abolish LGBTQ harassment in this country? We've had enough. To abolish them finally, hopefully, or send them packing back into their little hole that they crawled out from. All and any LGBTQ special rights demands and harassment towards our real men and women, boys and girls. Here's the latest going on in our country, folks. This is a depiction right here, of the Babylon Bee, who took something out back in January of 2023, poking fun at the LGBTQ movement. It was even as we were sleeping, with Joe Biden, only 2 years in office, finally getting mocked. Showing here that it says tanks in Ukraine already destroyed after being easily recognized by their rainbow camouflage. This is the Babylon Bee. So it's fake. But what if it wasn't? Not only that, these tanks, says the Babylon Bee, January of 2023, these tanks are state-of-the-art, boasting the latest and greatest in firepower, mobility, and, of course, LGBTQ affirming camouflage, said Biden's Secretary of Defense Lloyd Austin. I'll take it for what it's worth, folks. The Babylon Bee is fake news. It's supposed to be funny. We at Firm here think it's hilarious. Am I laughing? No, because they don't take it they take it too seriously. The LGBTQ and GLAAD and trans and all the others out there who push and shove it on us like their rights mean more than ours. We've also got another one here, folks, that's going to, at least we hope, raise some eyebrows for you to take action and stand up to, especially what's going on in our state of Maine here against Laurel Libby. The Maine Wire posted on March 12th confirmed that all of Maine's federal judges recused themselves from Representative Libby's case against House Speaker Ryan Fecteau because of a familial conflict with a court employee. Are you kidding me? They recused themselves because of a familial conflict with a court employee. Specifically, here it is. The Maine Wire, pretty reputable in this state. The mother of the male high school athlete featured in the image, Representative Libby, was censured for posting as a top court employee. Remember this picture, folks? The mother of the male high school athlete featured in this image, folks, that Representative Libby was censured for posting is a top court employee. While the broad recusal of all of Maine's federal judges is unprecedented, the explanation for the recusal is ordinary and not unusual. The order, as written, folks, says all of the judges in this district have recused themselves from presiding over this case. Accordingly, the case shall be referred to the District of Rhode Island. Sitting by designation, the assigned judge is authorized to hold court within this district and perform any judicial function required of a judge of this district as set forth in 28 U.S.C. subsection 296. Jurisdiction over the case remains with the District of Maine, United States District Court. So there's that one, folks. If that doesn't burn your bridges, nothing will. Another event, folks, that took place here, but this one was back on March 4th, but wasn't posted until the 17th, about a women's sporting event that turned deadly. On March 4th, during the Virginia State High School League Championships at Liberty University in Lynchburg, Virginia, Everett and Tucker were the second legs of the 4x200-meter relay. During the race, Tucker passed Everett, and WSET-TV said Tucker felt a blow to the back of her head, and the hit knocked Tucker to the track surface and out of the race. The video will be provided on our comments section of this podcast, showing the baton strike to the back of her head. Judges immediately disqualified the IC Norcom relay team for contact interference, the station said, adding that doctors had been treating Tucker for a concussion after the fact and a possible skull fracture. Everybody happy about that? You can watch WSET's video report on the incident as well. But Everett, in a WAVY TV interview, said the baton hit was accidental. She repeated her contention during an interview that aired on Good Morning America. Not about as woke as you get. ABC TV, by the way, network. This, folks, according to Firm, is absolutely horrendous and terroristic. Yet for the attacker to totally deny the incident is insane and mentally unstable to be at this school, be removed and permanently hospitalized, and be severely punished through a viable law-abiding court system. She needs to be. Period. He or she, whichever pronoun they choose. So ridiculous is what it is, folks. It's ridiculous. This is reprehensible. It's got to stop. This is the only way it's going to. Right here is the man who's going to do it. He will stop it. On March 11th, a Fox News post on Facebook. The Trump administration is pausing funding to the University of Maine system in response to the state's recent refusal to comply with Trump's executive order to keep transgender athletes out of women's sports. There's a link for that one too, folks, and we'll provide it. Trump admin cuts funding to Maine universities as state defies order to ban trans athletes from women's sports. Right there with Fox News logo in the corner. We research, we review, we report, folks. Mark Merrill for Firm, Fairness in Reporting Media. A not so good report, though, folks, from the United States judge all of a sudden, recently, back on March 18th, blocked President Trump's transgender military ban. Isn't that lovely? So, what happens? Well, the federal judge in question blocked the U.S. military from enforcing President Trump's executive order barring transgender people from military service, while a lawsuit by 20 current and would-be service members challenging the measure goes forward. District Judge Anna Reyes in Washington found that Trump's January 27th order, one of several issued by the president impacting legal rights for transgender Americans, likely violated U.S. Constitution prohibition on sex discrimination. I don't think so. I don't think so. And neither do you. Any sane, law-abiding citizens. Reyes was appointed by, oh gee, I wonder who? Joe Biden. In response to Trump's order, the military said February 11th that it would no longer allow transgender individuals to join the military and would stop performing or facilitating procedures associated with gender transition for service members. Later that month, the military said it would begin expelling transgender members. Trump said in his order that, quote, adoption of a gender identity inconsistent with an individual's sex conflicts with a soldier's commitment to an honorable, truthful, and disciplined lifestyle, even in one's personal life. Trump issued a similar order during his first term, during which already serving transgender members were allowed to remain. Plaintiffs, though, in the lawsuit argued that the order was illegal, pointing to a 2020 Supreme Court ruling that employment discrimination against transgender people is a form of illegal sex discrimination. Lawyers for the government have argued in court that the military is entitled to bar people with certain conditions that make them unsuitable for service, also including bipolar disorder and eating disorders. How can you act in combat duty, ladies and gentlemen? If your colors conflict with your khaki or camouflage uniforms. I'm talking about desert camouflage. Or a deeply serious major depression issue like bipolar disorder. Or if you have eating disorders, in a combat zone, a split-second thinking must take place, or you die. Finally, on this subject, folks, at a March 12th hearing, lawyers for the government told Reyes they should defer to the judgment of the current administration that transgender people are not fit for service based on that. The judge repeatedly pressed them to justify their stance with evidence and at times expressed open outrage at the order's language denigrating the character of transgender people. Lame. The military has about 1.3 million active duty personnel as of the 18th of March 2025, according to the Department of Defense data. Transgender rights advocates say there are as many as 15,000 transgender service members, but officials, truth, facts, reality, and common sense, folks. Hello. Right here. Truth and facts, reality and common sense down below it. Officials say the number is in the low thousands at best. That is what we're up against, folks. So, America, have we had enough? You can contact us, folks, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, if you're as mad as hell as I am and can't take this hatred and bullying anymore against 340 million Americans. Where? Right here. fairnessinreportingmedia@gmail.com. on the bottom line. And on our podcasts anytime, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Rumble.com/FairnessMedia1. We welcome your comments and your input on this one, folks. In the meantime, peace to everyone. Stay safe. And pray for America as you've never prayed before.